Qué pasó, mi gente? Welcome to the Forever Grind Show. This is your host, El Daviso. Happy Monday morning, everybody. Hope y'all had that caffeine kick this morning. Oh, man. Hope you're having a safe drive out to work today. First day of the week, always the hardest. Those who are working that 9 to 5, I bet you can't wait to get off work now. Maybe some of y'all having a day off. I don't know. I don't know your life. But anyways, good morning, everybody. There's a lot to talk about today. Shoot. The Chiefs won. They're at 500. There's life. After all, who would have thought? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had the Lions winning that game. But it looks like there's life in the Kansas City Chiefs after all. They're at 500. It hasn't been the greatest start, but they're slowly but surely catching up. You know, they got the Raiders next week. That's got to be a win, right? It's got to be a win. We're looking at 4-3 next week, assuming everything goes to plan. Rashid Rice is going to be there before no time. Once Rashid Rice gets into that team, I'm not trying to, pump them up too much. Slowly but surely. I mean, he is coming off of a serious injury, not to mention he's missed a bunch of times due to suspension. But if there's anything that team was struggling with was injuries and suspensions. So, I don't know. We might see a comeback. I'm not sure. I could see it. I can see it for sure. But we'll talk about that throughout the week. I wanted to highlight that win, though. That was a big win. They needed that. They're at 500. They're in the race. Talking about races. Not racists. Races. The MVP race. I mean, I see a battle going on. I see Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones. I mean, who would have thought? I've been very critical about the Colts because I've been dying to see them beat a playoff team. The majority of you are saying that they beat the Broncos. Broncos being a playoff team from last year. Broncos are slowly showing up. It's not bad. I mean, let's just be honest. This whole season has been up and down. It's been very up and down. Winners are becoming losers. Losers are becoming winners. I mean, am I the only one that thinks that way? Am I the only one that feels that this season in particular has been extremely up and down, a crazy roller coaster, especially for those who are betting right now? I stopped betting a few weeks ago because it just hasn't been consistent for anybody. First 3 weeks, maybe. But not for the past couple weeks. It has not been consistent. You got teams that you think are winning, losing. Teams that you think are losing, winning. It's been kind of frustrating, and it's messing with my picks for the Super Bowl. But the way I see it, Baker Mayfield's balling right now. He's balling. I get it. They played the 49ers. They put up a hell of a game in the first half. Those Niners, but they keep losing players. They lost Fred Warner. I mean, you can't make this up. It's too many injuries. Everybody's getting hurt, especially with the 49ers. But nevertheless, Baker Mayfield is in that race right now, along with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is balling right now. But granted, we're not even halfway through the season yet. We're about to be. A couple more weeks. 2, to be exact. But that's the way it's looking at. A little brief summary of what I'm going to talk about throughout the week. An MVP race between Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones. I see it. I want to talk about... We'll talk about that throughout the week. There's something I really, really want to talk about. Now, I've been on this rant with this particular team for the past couple weeks. And once again, it's about the Miami Dolphins. Um, clearly, I've been asking for Mike McDaniel to be let go of his duties for the Miami Dolphins. For those football fans, I'm sure you guys saw that game against the Chargers. I'll get to the Chargers in a second, but I really want to touch it on this subject real quick. Not real quick, actually. I want to touch on this subject right now. I'm going to tell you this much right now. The Miami Dolphins are trash. They're a joke right now. It's not looking good. It's not, I don't know what they're doing in the league, but whatever they're doing is not working for Miami. It's not working for Miami fans. You need to get divorced. You guys need to split. You guys need to rebuild. You guys got to let go. You guys got to move on. It's not working in Miami. Let me just tell you something. Tua, I always thought, was an overrated quarterback. If I have to go all the way back to summarize everything, yeah. Played with Alabama, relieved Jalen Hurts of his duties in the national championship against Georgia. Played for a couple drives, pretty much at the end of the game. Won him the game. Fine. Tua was the next man up. Played the next season under Nick Saban with Alabama. Lost in the national championship against Trevor Lawrence. Y'all remember that? Next season went worse. Then they had this. Narrative. Thank you for Tua. Brian Flores was a head coach at the time for the Miami Dolphins. They picked Tua Tagovailoa ahead of Justin Herbert, hyping him up. People are saying that he was a Drew Brees of the left-handed Drew Brees, going to be the greatest quarterback of all time. I never bought it. I never liked it. I'm sure he's a great person. But throughout the years of watching him as a quarterback, it hasn't been the best. It hasn't been great. Matter of fact, I worry more about his health than I do his gameplay. I honestly don't feel like he should be in the league right now. I never trusted Tua on the field, not because of his play, but because of his health. And then with everything else going on in Miami, Tyreek Hill is hurt, but even prior to Tyreek Hill's injury, he was blabbing about how he was done with Miami. He was blabbing about how Tua was a way better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, or throws a lot more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. I mean, come on. Then they started having these losing seasons. The chemistry's off after Tyreek's comments about leaving Miami, apologizing, trying to come back. It fractured that relationship between the locker room as well. Mike McDaniel looks drunk half the time. You can't understand a word he's saying every time he's up on that podium. And let me tell you something, that's getting contagious. It's spreading on to Tua. He shared some comments. That you shouldn't really be, if you claim to be a leader, this is not something you do. I'm going to share what type of comments that he said. According to Sports Illustrated, I'm quoting them. Tua Tagovailoa tells reporters that Dolphin players have been late and or skipping player-only meetings in recent weeks. Let me tell you something. Tua, that's something you keep to yourself. That's something you tell your teammates in the locker room. You don't put your teammates on blast, bro. You don't throw them under the bus like that. That's not what a team player does. To add insult to injury, your organization's already a mess to begin with, and you're adding even more to the pileup, causing more drama. What are you trying to do? Get more headlines? The one thing you are trying to do is get yourself out of Miami. That's not what a leader does. That's not what leadership is. You don't throw your teammates under the bus like that. What's wrong with you, man? That's not what you do. If that's truly how you feel, you go up to the locker room like a man and you talk to your teammates, whoever you feel is not accountable, and you talk to them and you let them know, hey, you're messing up, man. You're not being a leader. You're adding more fuel to the fire, man. You guys are already trash as it is. Look at your record. 1-5. This is my problem in Miami because it's a disaster right now. I'm not even a Dolphins fan. But for Dolphins fans right now, forget tanking for Tua. It's time to tank in general. You need a new culture. And I'm talking about getting rid of, if I was that GM in Miami, get rid of everybody. Get rid of Tua, get rid of Tyreek. It hurts to say this, but get rid of Jalen Waddle. For sure, get rid of Mike McDaniel. Get rid of Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is a phenomenal receiver, a great player. But you're trying to rebuild at this point, you need draft picks. You need a new team. You could go ahead and maybe keep Jalen Waddle, but why do you want to do that to him? Waste his time when he could go elsewhere. I mean, granted, he'll probably go to another crappy team anyways. But nonetheless, you keep him. You say you trade him, get some draft picks. But nonetheless, nothing's working in Miami right now. South Beach, South Dump. And that's no disrespect to the city of Miami. But the Dolphins are making you look bad. Excuse me. Mike McDaniel, Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill are making you look bad. That's just not how you treat people. That's not how you show leadership. I disagree with everything, with the intentions that Tua had. I don't disagree with what he said, but that's not something you say in public. It's not something you say to the media. I mean, shoot, look what you did. You gave us all something to talk about. Here's one of the headlines for this show today. It's going to be the headline for many shows out there. But Tua, you're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy. Matter of fact, you need to get the hell out of Miami. Start somewhere else. It's just not working. Am I being a hater? No, not necessarily. Maybe. But Miami Dolphins fans, tell me I'm wrong. It's time for a rebuild in Miami. I'm just calling it the way I see it. One team that was involved with the Miami Dolphins was the Chargers. My Chargers. Okay. I'm going another rant here. Because I'm still very worried about the Chargers. You survived the Miami Dolphins yesterday. I mean, okay. Let's talk about this. You acquired, let me see if I can say his name right. Odafe Owe from the Baltimore Ravens. He played 5 games with the Ravens. No sacks. You got 2 snaps. With the Chargers, you got 1 sack. You know what? That's addition enough. I love it. But here's the thing. And it's very frustrating, and it needs to be fixed. That offensive line without Rashad Slater, that offensive line without Joe Alt, Justin Herbert has no protection. He can't sling the ball the way he can, the way he knows how. He's got ultimate firepower on that offense. Without Amari and Hampton, without Quentin Johnston, you still have some firepower. But that offensive line is a major concern. If that doesn't get fixed, the Chargers ain't going anywhere. I don't even know if they'll be able to recover the division. Yes, they have a 3-0 lead again on that division. Yes, they're 4-2. They're 2 games above 500. But let me just tell you something about my team, about the Chargers. They're not what the record looks like. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'll be dead honest. The Chargers' record is not what they look like. It's concerning if you watch that game. That final drive, I believe, before the Dolphins scored was the turning point. If the Chargers didn't capitalize going down the field, if it weren't for that Ladd McConkey clutch play, same old Chargers of the past 10, 15 years. It would have been the Chargers lost. But Ladd McConkey came in clutch. Phenomenal play. Dicker the kicker made that play. Got us the win. But that offensive line needs to get fixed. Make a few trades. I don't know. Wake them up. You got to do something. It's not looking good for the Chargers. You're playing the Colts next week. I've been very critical about the Colts this season, of how they need to beat a playoff team. You didn't get it done with the LA Rams. But let me tell you something. I don't see it. I don't see the Chargers winning the Colts. The Colts are unbelievable right now. The Chargers defense, gotta lock it in. They're ranked number 7 right now. But the Colts are no joke. The Colts are definitely no joke this season. Daniel Jones is balling, man. He's balling. He's in the race for MVP. I mean, do I see the Chargers getting the win over the Colts? You know what? It's going to be a nerve-wracking game for Charger fans. It's possible. If Justin Herbert balls, man, they'll get the win. If Justin Herbert balls and starts throwing and starts slinging touchdowns, they'll get the win over the Colts. But this is not going to be an easy game. I'm going to tell you that right now. I could definitely see the Colts defeating the Chargers. If Justin Herbert doesn't show up, if that offense doesn't show up, if that offensive line doesn't protect Justin Herbert, they're not winning the game. The pressure is on the offensive line. We got to think about that for a second. For all you Charger fans, I'm just keeping it real. I'm worried. If you're a Charger fan, you're not worried? Okay. I'll tell you this much. I am. So, changing gears. Lamar Jackson is expected to return on week 8. Here's my question. Will he be 100%? These were my pick. The Baltimore Ravens were my pick to go to the Super Bowl. John Harbaugh can't even win a game. I mean, who would have thought? 1-5. They're 1-5 in the league right now. Just one game. Now, let me tell you something. Lamar Jackson is expected back in week 8 after a bye week. These are the teams that they're playing with Lamar Jackson. They're playing the Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals again, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. They're 1-5 right now. I see them losing the Steelers once. I see them losing to the Patriots because I think the Patriots are for real. I see them losing to the Packers. That puts them at 9 wins, 8 losses total. I see them on a win streak, depending if Lamar Jackson comes back in Lamar Jackson mode. Derrick Henry coming back to Derrick Henry mode. They still might have a shot at the wild card, but they need some help. They're going to need some help. They could probably do the work, but I do fear they're going to need to rely on other teams to lose just to get at least that 7th seed. Now, this is with contingent that Lamar Jackson plays the way MVP Lamar. Is that a possibility? I don't know. He's going to be fresh off a bye week, fresh off being injured. I don't know. We all seen Lamar Jackson coming back injured. It hasn't been the best. Could he beat the Bears? Week 8? I don't know. Ben Johnson seems to know what he's doing up in Chicago. Lamar Jackson, I think he sneaks out with that win. We'll talk about that when the time comes. That's just my personal opinion. The Dolphins, I mean, I just ranted about them. They're winning that game. The Vikings, still, I could see them pulling over. The Browns, sure. They're not looking too good. The Jets, unfortunately, is not looking the best. They're 0-6 right now. The Bengals, they're a mess. Steelers, hey, I'll get to them throughout the week. But that's where I see the Baltimore Ravens. I could see them 9 wins, 8 losses, a fight for that 7th seed in the AFC. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Can they pull it off? I don't know if I could see them winning the Super Bowl. A lot of teams have done it from the wild card spot. But here's the thing, man. If there was a window, it was this year. And here's the thing. I feel like I've been saying that a couple years now for the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson. Because we all feel the year after that it will be their year. It sounds like a Cowboy fan. No offense. But you Cowboy fans be saying that all the time too. But this was I felt because of the Kansas City Chiefs regressing, I felt this time around it would have been the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson time. Let me tell you something. I'll end this with these type of comments. It's been so up and down this season. It's been such a roller coaster ride, as I said earlier. You got great teams winning. You got great teams losing. You got horrible teams losing. And then you got horrible teams winning. Teams that you would not expect to rise. I mean, I don't know. We're finishing week 6 off tonight. Who knows? It could be anybody in the Super Bowl at this point. It could be Tampa Bay. It could be Detroit. It could be Denver. It could be Indianapolis. It could be Pittsburgh. It could be Buffalo. Minnesota. Jacksonville. I don't know. At this point, I feel it's an evil level playing field in the NFL. Who's willing to take the shot? Who's willing to seize the opportunity? If it's any year that anybody could get it, it's this year, without a doubt. But I digress. Man, what a football Sunday yesterday. It was a lot of fun. A lot to talk about. A lot to rant about. But thank you so much for joining me. This is the Forever Grind Show. This is your host, El Daviso. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all take care. Get home safe. Have a lovely Monday work day. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.